Back live. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. First of all, that's a nice soda. That's a nice soda. Let's just take a moment to appreciate. That is a nice soda result. All right. Next. Yeah, so this feature is supposed to be off policy correction, but it's not seeming very off policy corrected to me. Well, maybe we're doing it wrong. Maybe we're doing it wrong. I guess we were gonna just do prioritized experience replay, right? That's a cool thing to do for a bit. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Alright. Classic David Silver paper. Binary heat, that seems weird. I just really want to know their sampling ratio. Where is the final algorithm? Extensions. What's this? Okay, I'll get to that later. I really want to get this implemented as well today. Okay, so prioritized replay, they do P1 equals 1. Compute important sampling weight I have no idea what this formula is. It uses TD error though. Did people use the rank-based one or what? Okay, do they not define these variables? Yeah, okay. I've done like close to 10 hours of algorithm dev today, so we're gonna just go to this for easy mode of explain. Write out the formula for prioritize. Okay, n is the size of the replay buffer. Okay, duh. B. And this is P of I. The heck is... Oh. Accumulate weight change. This is DQN, right? Yeah. Where do they use this weight? Oh. So they are just using the TD error. So they actually put a schedule on prioritized replay. Yeah, so the issue here, right, is this is what I was doing before, really. We could just go with JE, right? Can I use the B-trace metric itself? You're sampling segments non-uniformly. Use important sample weighting to correct bias in the policy gradient. Oh, that's probably actually important, isn't it? Hang on, isn't the whole point of this to bias the policy gradient? I'm confused. And then what is... I'm being a little stupid at this hour. This is actually very simple. Fully compensates with non-uniform probabilities if B equals 1. This is actually kind of good, isn't it? And then what's the alpha? P to the alpha over. Okay. I mean, we can kind of just implement this, right? And then alpha equals 0. Beta equals 0. We'll just recover the original sampling. So that's actually totally fine. 727, let's implement that, get a couple quick experiments, and that'll be awesome progress for today. And what did they say? They said 0.6. Cryo beta. So we do beta. So big dot cryo beta 0. Beta Yeah, that's good. Now, And we'll just default this to cryo. PyTorch multinomial. We don't want multinomial, right? How do these props get normalized? Oh, you can call this with props, right? Multinomial. And we have to do weights, right? I don't know where it came up with this. This was definitely not the goal. cryo. Beta. So apparently all we have to do is multiply by batch dot. We just do see. Let's see if we can get this to run. Cannot sample. Alright, it's gotta be yeah, something like this, I'd assume. And these are all uniform right now. Let's got sum, they sum to 1. Pretty basic. We get some indices. Cryo weights. Yes. Advantages. What? Code's a mess. But I just want to get the initial implementation in. Hello, YouTube folks. Welcome. All right, it runs. It does in fact run. So this should now be prioritized not across epochs. This was the thing that was missing. Using importance weights. It stalled out a bit, but I think it's still pretty dang good. So we get this. That's not bad. This is with the new V-trace. We should also do this for GAE. Let's just add that for GAE. Why not, right? Batch.cryo. Yeah, so this has got to be advantage equals batch.cryo. Okay, so now this is without V-trace. We didn't break anything. We didn't. Good. So let me just disable a whole bunch of these stupid runs. This seems perfectly good. Looks clean. Yeah, this seems like perfectly fine. Great. So, now the question is going to be V-trace versus JE, right? V-trace versus JE. And it seems V-trace does a little bit worse. Well, we now have prioritized sampling. We have this as our baseline, this is our other baseline. So we actually, what we can do is we can just, oops. Okay, so here is our V-trace. Here is our JE. We're going to try a few more things. Since we're in a trying stuff mode. We just want to be able to give this like a few extra trajectories, right? Okay. So this is now vtrace with off policy data. Only a little though. And seriously just crashes, right? Just crashes. I mean, it does still learn, but it learns slower. This is also a bad environment for this, right? Yeah, this is a bad environment for this. We should do mazes. Let's do a maze benchmark. Assuming I haven't broken this thing. One map. Size 31. Long and upper grid. Fun. Though I think in this case I probably know how to fix this, right? How many M's do we have? Six. That should be fine, shouldn't it? Why does this thing not work? Maybe I didn't test this. Maybe I only tested it this way. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Cool. So we can probably just leave it like this and see what the solve rate is, right? With let's just do 100 mil. No V trace. Yeah, this will be a good few experiments. V trace baseline is going to be cool. Okay, so the PPO baseline on this is pretty nice and smooth. We will also get to try this on neural MMO3, right? We can just throw on prioritized replay now that we have it. Pretty clean curve though. And then we will compare V-trace. Okay. Stalls out low 70s. Next will be V-trace. Max usage goes from 27 to 1918, and mean usage is at 4. So there's definitely prioritization happening. There's definitely some prioritization happening. Uh-oh. Does V-trace just suck? I hope not. It can't be that much worse. Let's see what the, I had some original results I sent Aaron. Find it. So this did get over like 0.85 or something in 100 mil. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? If we do this, I'm watching your stream on YouTube. Hello. You're allowed to ask stuff if you're stuck, you know. That's half the reason I stream. So I don't know what I did to this environment, but so far the prioritized replay seems fine. It doesn't seem like I screwed anything up there. Yeah, if anything, this multinomial is less consistent. So it'll be worth throwing this at neural MMO3 just to see prioritized replay. Yeah. Prior replay seems to have the cleaner curve. Catching up a little bit, but meh. Okay. So I think the prioritized replay is, the prioritized replay is a good addition. Now then the question is just like, what the heck happened to vtrace, right? What happened with vtrace? Because that's really weird for vtrace to do that. Because it worked fine for breakout. It shouldn't just fail. You should be totally fine, right? So why is vtrace just not work on this? Hello, I was basically stuck setting up PufferLib on a run pod machine. When I make ocean breakout, it works fine. I print out the infos, I see positive rewards and so on. Okay, so what's the setup issue then? For some reason observation stays the same, like after every step I'm getting the same. So the only thing that I can think of that people get stuck on sometimes, what OS do those things run? So let me find this for you. The way that our native M's work, so all our native M's define this buffer, observations, rewards, whatever, and then they write stuff into that buffer. So if this is somehow getting overwritten or whatever, something weird can happen there. Try running with Vex serial, see if that changes anything. And if not, like, link me the code you're running. Because I've seen people do this before. Oh, actually, I've literally had people write, I've had people write this test before and do it wrong. I've literally had people write this, like, test. Link me the test script you're running. It could be, if you're running a test script, I've literally had people send me a test script where, they have this exact issue, and it's just because the way they write the script. Okay, vtrace, what's going on with you? Why do you work on Puffer Breakout, but then not on this maze at all? Okay. Link it in the Discord. YouTube will yell at you. Mm-hmm. Let's do this prio method. Make sure it's not the sampling. Puffer Breakout, silly. Feed the Kugelfish. Is this German? What is Kugelfish? It's like something for pufferfish, I'm sure. Good old Weston. Alright, so it is genuinely the case then that irrespective of sampling, it just doesn't work on this. Does it work on Pong? I mean, it works, doesn't work as well. It's not optimized for this, though. Not working at all on grid is suspicious. Can I just like do this? Oh, that's got E3B on. But I think I removed that already. Channel, wherever. You can put it in gen, it's fine. Yep, so here's the thing. Yeah, man, I need to add like some docs on this. I thought I actually did add docs on this. So it's just the way that you're testing this. Just like, just copy this. I think you can like dot copy or whatever the array. So the ob's update in place. It's the same tensor. That's the problem. You see? So this is giving you a handle to a tensor. But then when you step the end, it writes the new data to that same tensor. Like, think about it, because otherwise you end up making a new tensor every single time you step the end, right? And like nobody ever thinks about that, but when you end up when you're doing reinforcement learning at millions of steps per second, you have to think about stuff like that. So your thing is completely correct. You've got no issues with it. It's just yeah, Puffer's native M's will update the tensor in place. The same will be true of the rewards, duns, truncate, like they all get updated in place. All written to shared buffer. Yeah, because so the way the multiprocessing works, right? Um, there's like this one big shared buffer, and then it just gives you slices of that buffer. Sometimes it can copy, it depends, but generally, like the way to look at it is you should not assume that you're going to be handed a unique buffer. But the thing is, like, as soon as you shoot it, like, as soon as you put it into a torch tensor and like move it to the GPU, it's gonna get copied anyway. So you're never gonna have a problem with that in practice. Vtrace just straight up doesn't work here. That's weird. It's very weird. Vtrace just straight up doesn't work on the grids. Losses are fine, it just doesn't work. That's weird. So there's more work to do on vtrace. We got the initial implementation at least. I guess I can rerun neural MMO now with prioritized replay as well, right? Right side assert. Invalid multinomial. I wonder if this is the thing that broke it. It can't be this. Hmm. That might change stuff. Yep. Alright, that works. Solid progress. I need that box back though, because we need to run new job. That. Storage here. Alright, this thing can report back in when it's played another 1,000 years of neural MMO. That's what 50 billion steps is. It's about 1,000 years worth of games played. Right there. That is soda. But, you know, we can't have soda with a learning curve that looks like this. I'm hoping that the prioritized replay cleans this up a little bit. We will see. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. What's like another good end I can chuck this at? Does this run on like PufferMoba? Do you like Pink Floyd? I cannot name you a single Pink Floyd song. I listen to very little music in general. I kind of just like do reinforcement learning research, keep in shape, occasionally play a game or two. That's about it. This is kind of the all-consuming pursuit of RL. Yeah, it kind of has. I don't know, like some number of months ago, I was on a date with like a really cute girl and she started talking about like music and stuff, and I just went, oh yeah, I have zero topics of conversation because I do RL all day long. Probably just go finish all the RL. I should just go solve that field so I can do other stuff. Let's just go solve the field so I can move on to other things, right? Because nothing's going on in the meantime. Freaking all consuming. uh, funny as hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. People like listen to music and stuff, right? Oh yeah. I got a coil wine on this desktop next to me. Does that count? No. It plays different notes depending on what jobs you run on the GPU. You know, if you load it really heavy, you get one coil wine pattern, and if you load it slightly less, you get another one. What the hell's wrong with this thing? Why is this thing hanging? Is this V-Trace? Or is this just hanging? Okay, I think this is just like dev grant shenanigans. Can we get like something to work maybe? How about Puffer Snake? Small time funds to try to do RL at a little more scale. And here I am attempting to get PufferLib going, but thanks. Yeah? Hey, I mean, Puffer's here to help. I pretty much just build this thing 24/7. So, this is going to be, this kind of already is the place to go for a wide range of RL applications. Like a ton of different RL problems you can think of. Puffer's kind of the best thing already. And it will only continue to become the best thing for everything as we keep doing stuff. Except LLMs. I don't really care to bother with RL and LLMs. At least not at the moment. But other than that, probably the best place is here. You know? Can you learn Snake, Mr. Beatrace? Okay. Learn so slowly. Why? Okay, definitely V-Trace is not V-tracing. If someone else were to get the LLM part into Puffer, would you be down? What criteria do you have for it? I mean, is there like actually a useful thing that we can do? Or is this just going to be like a latest bandwagon thing, right? So like Puffer's ultra high performance RL, right? We do training at, this is literally 1.5 million steps per second, and that's slow. It should be 2 million steps per second. That's a regression. So like when in LLM land you're doing RL at like 2 steps per second, like you can write the dumbest code imaginable and you're probably not going to bottleneck anything when the LLM is the slow part, right? So like, yeah, I do actually hope that some of the techniques and stuff that we come up with Puffer are going to be useful for LLM land. But is there like anything we can really do with it in the meantime? I don't know. If it prints enough free money for me to fund a cool private industry lab for the next several years, then yeah, that'd be awesome too. But I'm kind of chilling, just like working on solving the rest of RL right now because nobody else is gonna do it, and I cannot bear to see RL be thrown to the wayside when it has so much potential. I think we're gonna just have it consistent, stable, and working this year. That's the goal. What the hell is this? What are you doing, V-Trace? Okay, I thought that you didn't have to norm the advantage with V-Trace, right? This breaks it, doesn't it? I think that this like just instantly breaks it. If I do this, it instantly breaks, doesn't it? Not Neptune. It's too many graphs. Yeah, so the KLs are blowing up there, you see? Amusingly, the spores are a little bit higher than before, but they're not going to keep going up. It's not going to be stable like that. Is it just the learn rate or something? Do I literally just have to do this? LMs are really unwieldy. Huge bandwagon. Doing chain of thought. Yeah, but like bandwagons are boring, right? Like everybody doing a thing doesn't make me want to do it. It makes me want to go do something else. is super wacko. Where's our... Should have a run here, shouldn't we? Yeah, we got a run there, huh? Hang on, is this something? It's got a little bit of variation there already. That's promising. True, if I'm being honest, I'd rather get better at dev and contribute to Puffer. It's a fun time. I mean, this is the place to be if you're looking to like actually make a difference in the science and like do so without needing to like I don't know. It's like one of the places where like a lot of people with a lot of different skills can contribute meaningfully, right? If you're just good at writing code, you can make really useful research M's really, really fast. You know, if you've got the science background, we have all sorts of science we're doing, right? If you've got like perf engineering, we'll make our shit faster. There's like so much stuff we can do, and all the code is like relatively easy to work with. It moves really fast as well. We have some hardware for contributors too, and we're gonna get more of it. That just get a spike. Oh. Well, let's not get our hopes up, but that could be really darn good. Is that a 500 mil? Comes off the ground at 500 mil? That's pretty cool. Prioritized replay for the win. I like just testing stuff on Neural MMO because, like, it's the hard env and it's fast. No, my favorite part with all this stuff, like, occasionally I like doing some of the research stuff. I guess I get bored, so I jump around between different things. But I think, like, on the whole, I prefer the engineering work. I really like low-level dev. Pure math background, recently getting into ML, and especially RL. I'll look around, learn C and so on. Hey, I mean, you know, the one thing I don't have is a half-decent math background. I don't know, I took whatever joke math you take when you really just want to do engineering. I don't know, I guess I took maybe like one actual math department class, a few of like the CS proof-based mathematics courses, and like, you know, your PDEs and whatever else, but that's it. A few linear algebra courses maybe. My math is definitely my weakest bit. So I'll like you'll see me working through papers on stream, and like I'll get through stuff, but it'll take me a long time. Like one of the things I was trying to figure out today, like I was looking at Rainbow, right? And I was looking at like this multi-step return. I'm pretty sure this totally breaks the off policy assumption. Because like you have an action condition value function, that's your Q function, but that only gives you the outcome of the next step for every action. So if you step several ahead, I don't think you can still learn on those segments off policy correctly. I don't know. But then somebody linked me this other paper, where is it? Meme RE paper. Yeah, this thing. And apparently this thing uses 160 step trajectory segments. So basically I've been looking through some random papers trying to figure out a decent way to do like off policy correction. so that we can do PPO with an experience buffer. And so far I haven't gotten anything to work. You're getting here when I'm about to get off bet, but welcome. We did implement vtrace. It works on breakout and mostly Pong. Doesn't seem doing very well on anything else though. Prioritized experience replay seems chill though. I don't freaking know. Maybe it's bugged. I think I pushed the code. You can look at it. It's a bunch of math. I mean, really, the only code for it is, so it's in here. So it's just this piece of C code right here. And everything else is kind of just bindings for this. Bindings for the C extension, bindings for the CUDA extension. This is pretty much all it is. Took a hell of a long time to get this to like even work at all. I did something kind of cool as well. So you can run this in you can run this exact code. This function will run on the CPU or on the GPU because it simultaneously valids C and valid CUDA. So that's nice. Yeah, I really like that I did this. So like, if you go to PufferLib.cpp, vtrace just runs a for loop over that function, right? But if you go to PufferLib.cu, then the vtrace kernel just gets the CUDA like block variables, the CUDA built into the block variables, and then it runs it there in parallel. Why does end step return break off policy? It seems like it would, doesn't it? Like, so the idea is that with the bootstrap one-step return, right, the Q function gives you the value of, essentially you can pick any action and then get the value associated with taking that action and then following the optimal policy thereafter, right? But with the end step, you can't get the outcome of taking the optimal policy thereafter because you have like several intermediate rewards from the old policy, right? I don't know, maybe it is valid for off policy. It didn't seem like it was. And the thing that suggests to me that it isn't is that you would think that doing a longer bootstrap would be better, right? So if this were valid, doing a longer bootstrap should be strictly better. Well, they literally bootstrap 3-step intervals, and they say it starts doing worse if they try to use like even 5-step intervals, right? And in on policy learning, we're using like 32, 64, 128, right? The longer the better. So something's screwy. Also, this paper is absolutely a meme because 200x faster actually means like 20x slower, but 200x fewer samples or whatever. Do they explain that? Of course not. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. Read the paper. Just rainbow. My brain's kind of cooked. I've been implementing stuff all day and reading papers, and it's been a lot. But we did get the initial implementation of Impala's vtrace and prioritize experience replay. So this thing, we now have this in Puffer. Yeah, there it is. I can't think of why this would randomly fail on, like, why does this thing work on Breakout and not Snake? Like, Snake isn't any harder than Breakout. It could be, but completely failing is weird. It shouldn't, like, completely fail. Do this, but I don't think that does anything right. Try to read the paper and figure out why more steps don't work. Med skilling so much happened now. You just get that stuff? Jeez. Well, I'm aware it's controlled in the US, but I was pretty sure it's not even easy to get a script for that. I don't know. I'm usually just on 8 or 9 hours of sleep and a black cup of coffee is more my speed. Generally just... No, some of those are a lot easier to get. Yeah. I don't know. I still just recommend getting enough sleep, getting some exercise, and getting some coffee. Whatever. Yeah, yeah, SNR. They're like people write all sorts of dumb threads about this shit, but it wasn't it like for narcolepsy or something, right? Funny. Okay, well, this doesn't work. It works on Breakout. I don't know why it works like almost the same as the GAE on Breakout, and it doesn't work on. It does work on Pong, and then it doesn't work on any of the other ends so far. Solve problem, work back. You can try that, but you're probably not going to have a fun time. I'm just telling you, you're probably not going to have a fun time. It's going to be like the Python API stuff, but like 10 times worse. You will try. Yeah. Conversions for bindings are good. All right. So here's the plan. For folks watching, My stuff's at puffer.ai. We're solving reinforcement learning. It's all going to be free and open source and fast and simple. If you want to follow all this and help us out for free, just star the repo. We're really close to 2K stars. There are not that many RL repos with 2K stars. It'd be awesome to hit that soon. If you want to get involved in dev, discord.gg/puffer. Some of our best contributors came in with 0 RL background. HeckBet came in with 0 programming background and has done a lot of good stuff lately. And if you want some more RL content, we've got a blog here. There's a quick start guide that I recommend. But then also there's more content on X that you can't find anywhere else. So you can follow me there as well. I usually work 6.5 days a week. So tomorrow is going to be get some exercise, get some R&R, do whatever stuff I haven't had to do throughout the week. I might be on for a little bit in the afternoon, early evening, we'll see. But if not, I will be back on Monday, likely working on all this stuff more, possibly switching over to exploration algorithm side work. Depends also on the results of this guy. And also for contributors, I'm having a technician over tomorrow, so hopefully the cluster gets back online appropriately and we're able to start, supporting more contributor-led research with that once again. So other than that, thanks folks, and yeah, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow or on Monday.